Before they became Erkan and Dicle in Sevdiğim Sensin, and long before they were rising stars on Turkish TV, Helin Kandemir and Aytaç Şaşmaz were living lives you wouldn't recognize. Especially Helin. Born on June 2, 2004 in Istanbul, Helin Kandemir didn't have a normal childhood. While most kids her age were just being kids, Helin was already spending time in front of cameras, slowly finding her way into acting. But how did a child that young step into an industry where most adults struggle to survive? In one interview, Helin shared that it all started when she was just 3.5 years old, and that was the moment she first met a camera. She was only trying to capture her childhood memories. But did you know, long before you saw her on screen as a child actor, you might have already heard her voice? She built her foundation as a voice actress, lending her voice to projects like young Nala in The Lion King. After taking a break from voice acting, she transitioned fully to on-screen acting. Her first major project was İsimsizler in 2015. And from there, Helin quietly kept building her career. But while Helin was building her career at such a young age, life at home wasn't as easy as it seemed. Behind the cameras, her family was facing a painful reality. Her father, Murat Kandemir, was battling leukemia. In February 2023, Helin lost her father. She was just 18, and he passed away at only 47. While many viewers know her from her more recent roles, Helin's story had already been shaped by both early success and heartbreaking moments. But while Helin was practically raised on film sets and in dubbing studios, her co-star's path to acting looked nothing like hers. In fact, if you had met Aytaç Şaşmaz 10 years ago, you wouldn't have found him on a movie set. You would have found him in a small city called Manisa, far away from Istanbul, living the life of a completely regular boy. Aytaç Şaşmaz was just a young man in Manisa, Turkey, working as a waiter for years. Born in 1998 as the middle child of 3 brothers, Aytaç didn't grow up in a rich family. Long before the cameras, the fame, and millions of fans, he was just a teenager trying to figure out his future. While his older brother, İsmail Ege Şaşmaz, was already in Istanbul chasing his acting dreams, Aytaç was still in his hometown of Manisa, far from the spotlight, balancing school life and local theater training. But staying in his hometown wasn't his dream. He eventually decided to use the little money he had saved up and go to Istanbul to also chase his acting dreams. But life wasn't that easy. He faced serious financial struggles and often prayed he wouldn't lose hope while waiting for a job. Then, in 2017, his prayers were finally answered when he landed a role in the film Kötü Çocuk. Although he was not the lead actor, it was the start he needed to get noticed in the entertainment world. And just a few months later, after landing his first acting job, he was cast in the military drama Söz, the role that would completely change his life and introduce him to a much wider audience. So before they became Erkan and Dicle in Sevdiğim Sensin, Helin Kandemir and Aytaç Şaşmaz were already building the stories that would one day bring them to the screen together.